last weekend was the Mexican Grand Prix. A lot of things happened, well actually not. But to understand more what I'm talking about, let's go to Reddit. And already we can start with this. Back to Mercedes versus Red Bull Racing it is. Missing team. Have you seen them? I was in Austria. So yeah, if you didn't watch the race, which I'm okay with, what's it called? Ferrari, they had to turn down their engines and to preserve their turbocharger due to the high altitude and I think wear maybe, I'm not sure. So, and they had a really bad setup. I think they said that they only noticed that the setup wasn't going to work when it was too late, which meant that they were running 5th and 6th for all of the race basically, most of the race. They were roughly like, I believe Sainz was maybe the quicker one. Yeah, Sainz was the quicker one. It was like 30 seconds behind Russell. So I think, yeah, they became Ferrari again. It wasn't that bad. The Mexican Grand Prix was terrible. The Mexican Grand Prix. Daniel, driver of the day. Yeah, he made a fantastic drive. If there are any Ricciardo memes, I'll go more in detail, but he was very good. Mariachi, bad intro. So they did a Mexican version of the F1 theme tune, which was very interesting. Check on podium, yeah, that's alright. But what's even better is Papa Perez. He's more fun. It bangs so hard, no one. Whoever arranged F1 Mariachi theme. Yeah, that was really good. I need this on Spotify. Yes, we need it on Spotify. Now. But I just wanted to thank the fans. I'd like to thank the fans. Boo! Yeah, so Hamilton, yeah, got booed by the fans. I think he said he didn't fully understand why, probably because Checo is a Red Bull driver, but then Checo went like this. Or to make it even close, did like this. So to the fans, to not boo Hamilton. Gonna overtake Red Bull when their tires fall apart. Lap 29, lap 40, lap 70. So yeah, at the start of the race, it was very warm, the circuit, and what's it called? That led to the tire wear not being so good. So, and Red Bull started on the softs, and they went like 20 laps roughly on them. Then they pitted. Then it became a lot cooler, and the tire wear became a lot less. So they pitted on the mediums. Mercedes expected them to pit, but then due to the tire wear being so low, they never pit. And people are saying that there was a mistake on Mercedes' fault. It was really good strategy on Red Bull's fault. On Red Bull's side, in my opinion, it was just, yeah, it was a mix of both. But I would mainly say it was Mercedes misjudging it a little bit. So here, caption this: Alpine, Alonso, Hamilton. So yeah, let's get this backstory. Start from the beginning. Hamilton joined F1 in 2007. Alonso was his teammate. They were fighting. They had a fierce rivalry. Hamilton came on top. Nearly won the championship if he didn't win it in Shanghai. Then a few years go past. Then let's check the start of this year. Alonso preferring Verstappen. Then at the race, what's it called? The race week, he said that Verstappen's championships were more worth than Hamilton's. Then Hamilton posted a certain picture on Twitter. I'ma bring it up. But yeah, so what after that picture, what happened was that Hamilton started want to talk, and then what's it called? Verstappen. Alonso's engine blew up, which meant that he had to retire. And if we just check like this, so you see here Hamilton was in response. So you have Hamilton up here, Alonso down there. Very funny in my opinion. But let's get back to the memes. Daniel, no, a boring race would be a shame if something happened. So, now we can finally talk about the Australian Daniel Ricciardo was about to say Antonio Giovinazzi, but yeah. So Ricciardo, he had this normal okay race where he was going okay. Then he was with Yuki Tsunoda through the double, what's it called, right-hander, double chicane right-hander. I think it's turn 8, 9. But you had Yuki Tsunoda, you had Ricciardo. Yuki Tsunoda gave him a ton of space, so Ricciardo went down on the inside to try and make an attempt, but then what's it called, Yuki followed the racing line, and Ricciardo thought Yuki would give him space, but he didn't. So what's it called, Ricciardo went straight into Yuki Tsunoda's side pod, and then Yuki Tsunoda jumped up with his rear and little bit of nosedive, went to the pits and retired. Ricciardo got a 10-second time penalty for that, which he took. No, he got put on because he had pitted for softs before that. And what McLaren said is push. And a clip I saw on TikTok was that before he was overtaking, then the last person he overtook was Esteban Ocon. He did pang, gun fingers, before overtaking him on the straight. And obviously at this 10-second time that he needed to build a gap with, so a gap of 10 seconds due to his penalty, and guess how big gap he did? 11 seconds. So he was very good, I should say. Deservedly deserved the driver of the day. And here you see, them starting to boo, and you have Checo there pointing, saying, you shouldn't, do it. And this is a thing I fully agree with. No meme. Can we just stop booing at drivers no matter which team you support? Which I fully agree with. And from what I have experience of going to race, I went to Silverstone this year, 2022, if you're watching in the future. What happened was that nobody booed. I would say nobody booed Verstappen or anybody or the Ferraris or anything. There were a few Ferrari fans and a few Dutch fans with us. What happened was when Schumacher was overtaking Verstappen, because Verstappen had debris stuck underneath him. I think it was Gasly's front wing, a part of that. When it got stuck underneath him, Schumacher was going to overtake. Everybody was starting to cheer. But when Christian Horner came onto the screen right before the race started, everybody started booing. I understand that you don't agree with Christian Horner. I don't agree with him. I don't think he's... Yeah, I don't agree with him. Let's just say that. But I didn't boo him. Wouldn't want to boo him because there should be this mutual respect. And even if somebody like Christian Horner behaves in a bad way, you shouldn't behave in a bad way to walk back, because fire, you can't remove fire by, you need to put out the flame. You can't use more fire, you need water. Damn dude, unreal, unbelievable. What a season. Verstappen, yeah, very good season. 14 wins, record. Most points also a record, and people were saying that Hamilton was dominating, but let's not get into that. Alonso, yeah, lost 60 points due to retirements, which is interesting. Max not speaking to Sky. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the F it does. And if you don't know this reference, you have Ted Kravitz, the F1 technical person for Sky Sports F1. Sam Collins is the version of him for for F1 TV roughly. But what Ted Kravitz was speaking about was saying that Verstappen won the championship illegitimately, and he was saying all of these things, loved saying all of these things, that Verstappen wasn't a true two-time world champion, his first one. Basically talking about Abu Dhabi. And in my opinion, I agree with certain of his points, but due to him being a journalist, obviously he can have a say opinion, but he maybe doesn't have to speak about it all the time. We know it's a thing, we should have it in the back of our head, but if you start just keep going and going and going and talk about it, you will not, like, it will still be there, which it should be, but you won't, what's it called, not evolve, but you can't accept that it happened. Nothing is being done against it. And if it's not there in the, like if you're discussing about Verstappen's 2021 World Championship, obviously you can talk about it. But if you're going around in the paddock, just going past the Red Bull pits or anything, you can't just say, oh, illegitimate World Championship. It gets annoying. And I feel like that Verstappen was obviously annoyed. He can do what he wants. He's the person who with all of the control. But certain things are brought up with certain drivers. I don't know if this fully is true, but apparently Hamilton has gotten weird questions from GeForce, the Dutch version of Sky Sports. So it's a whole like, it's a whole other kettle of fish, all of this, and I don't think we should go fully into it because that will just open another can of beans, as certain people say. He takes revenge. 2021, he what's it called? Perez's dad kissed Hamilton's father. He also kissed him in Silverstone this year, and then this year in Mexico, it was the other way around. Because what's it called? Perez kissed Hamilton's father when Perez was P2. Now Hamilton was P2. So yeah, sweet things going between them. George taking notes. He thinks that's like a type I don't they drive off the George Russell. This is just going a meme about that Russell hits everybody all the time, which I don't fully agree with, but obviously because I'm a Mercedes fan. But this could be an interesting meme. They say we see on clouds what we most want. What do you see, babe? I see us together forever. Oh, and Sebastian Vettel wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix after unpredictable sequence of events. Will be interesting. I'm just hoping for Hamilton to win in Brazil. Ted, why isn't Perez catching up with Hamilton on hards? Crofty sounds like skill issue. Well, I don't have Crofty anymore, which I'm a bit sad about. I have, what's it called, Will Buxton, I had Joseph Newgarden, I believe it was, who we got to see. But yeah, I wouldn't say that Perez is worse, but not that much worse. Come on, do something. Yeah, this explains it. It's basically what the race was and the memes were. So let's get into my review of the race. So as you probably seen, it was quite boring. Few things happened. Mercedes didn't do the best job. Red Bull sort of were going for a two-stopper, gambled a little bit, I should say, and the gambling went to their side, the positives. Otherwise, Ricciardo, obviously, good race. Pierre Gasly, 2 points from a race ban. Lucas another 4 points from a race ban, I think. And then you have other things. Yeah, it's not a lot of things you remember. Hopefully, the Brazilian Grand Prix is better. But the Brazilian Grand Prix is in 2 weeks. Or next week, I should say, as of recording and uploading this. So what video will I have the week of the race week? And obviously you might have noticed I stopped making F1 news. I've started uploading shorts instead because they gain more views and should get me more, people see me more. But that's a different thing, and the next video, main big video, I'm not sure what it will be. We'll see what the video might be about. It might be the long awaited review of this steering wheel I have here. But we'll see. But until then, I've been Racy Legend, you've been my amazing, thank you for watching, good.